So, just a little heads up. We are definitely going through trial and error with the podcast. We filmed this week's episode outside, thinking that the noise cancellation on the headphones that we have would have been enough, but it turns out that a lot of background noise was picked up. The vocals are still pretty clear, and we've tried to mitigate the background noise. So, just in case you hear a couple of things in the background, uh, please pay it no mind. I still think this podcast episode is very insightful. I still think you can take something from it, and I still hope that you give it enough of a listen. Thank you.
So it kind of ties back to the non-advice. Like, I think we all went through it, and that's funny how like we're like going back and forth on what to give as advice, and then the advice was like, I don't have any good advice to give. I would say because going through it, like I said, it doesn't really end. So you think you're fine until a bad day hits you, and then it just comes back. So I think I know sometime last year I was just having like a shit week. Everything was just going, and everything was just nothing was going as planned that week. And just like, oh, if my dad was around, I probably would not have. I remember I was in the kitchen, I was just like doing stuff, and then I think I was trying to cook. I was trying to meal prep for that week, and then when like there was, so I know something just fell on the floor, and like I was like, why is this?
Yeah, it's the camel. It's the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah,
And then like, why are you crying over ketchup or something?
Yeah.
Like, you just,
It's not the ketchup.
it's not the ketchup.
but then you just say it's the ketchup because sometimes I don't think many people would understand if, let's say, you tell them this person passed away 13, 14 years ago and you're crying today.
Today.
But you know what? That's why This is gonna sound so mean, but I don't like people who've never been through anything. And I'm not saying, and I'm not saying this as like a hater or anything, but like they don't get it. 15 years is not enough. 15, that is 15 years of graduations. That is 15 years of achievements, 15 years of growth that you didn't get a pat on the back for.
You feel it
Right?
at every milestone.
You feel it at every milestone,
milestone.
right? So to have somebody who's just had it smooth the whole time, get over it. It's very annoying. It's very, very, very annoying. Would you say you're at a stable place now?
Like I said, there are good days, there are bad days. There are days where I have happy memories. There are days where I'm like, no. Now, if she was here, this would have gone completely differently. And all. And for me, my mom was basically my red flag reader.
Yeah.
She could just see a person or a situation and be like, no, I have a bad feeling about this. And when she tells you that, run.
She was always right.
She is always right. And I remember feeling like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I'm basically sitting there. I can't tell my left from my right. Who is going to tell me if this person is out to get me or not?
Yeah.
But over time, I started to see how I was similar to her. Funny enough, her passing actually taught me a lot more about how similar we were. I didn't just trust myself enough to put myself on the same level as she was, but I think it was something that happened for her over time. So yes, I tried to like, okay, I was like my mom in this way. I should be fine. I would be fine. She did a good job with me. I should be fine.
So would you say losing your mom made you put your big girl boots on and be like, okay, I'm grown now. I'm an adult. I need to.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll take my mom. I'll thank her for. Yeah, it wasn't easy, but yeah, she made me wear that big girl boots from a very early age. You
Yeah.
have to wear it because, like I said, she was someone that always prepared for. I could die today. Then I don't have anything to worry about apart from you guys. I want to know that you guys could handle yourself. So you basically prepared us. Especially after my dad died, she doubled down on that. Like you have to know there was no the shielding kind of reduced a lot.
Yeah.
Like you have to know this is what it is. So but even at that, still you feel very lost when they're not there. You might yet have everything you need in your arsenal to go through life, but you're not going to really be able to tap them until you're more level-headed.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to miss her. Yes, some days I'm going to cry about her not being there. Some days I'm going to be happy about memories and things that she has taught me, especially when I go through something and I am able to use what my mom has said or taught me to get out of the situation, or it's both happy and sad. You're never truly okay.
Yeah.
You would achieve. I always wanted my mom to see me achieve great things, and I know that I am going to go on to achieve those great things. But I am going to feel like I wish she was here to see
I always say I feel like one of the most painful things, and I spoke to my sisters about this, not having been at a stage in my life where I was capable of doing big and great things for my mom. Like, you know, they're never going to receive certain things from you. It's kind of like now you might see somebody pay for their parents' vacation or something like that. Do you get what I mean? It's like you don't get to have that. It's not an experience that you get to have. And I have like an additional question that just popped into my mind. How would you say your parents' passing has affected your relationship with your siblings? Is it closer? Is it further apart? Has it grown in a different direction than you thought it would?
I think we got closer as we got older.
Yeah.
I think like I think we drifted apart a bit.
Yeah.
At the earlier part.
Yeah.
And also based on like how we were raised and like the differences. Like so, we didn't really grow up together to a large extent after that. But I think after university, after graduating, as maturing as adults, then I think we started getting closer. Like, actually, because he also has that same experience, so he understands. So like that, you know how we say about like people who have lost a sibling, they just get it, and I don't think anybody would understand.
He's the only person in the world that gets it.
Based on like, I don't think I would even get it because of like his age, the age difference in both of us, like the separation and all of that. But nobody else will come closer to getting it than him, and nobody will come closer to getting it for him than me.
Yeah.
Even though there's still that gap.
It's one thing you guys share.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Nobody will ever understand. And as you get older, I think you kind of value that as well. So like this person knows you truly.
Yeah.
Knows people might not understand what you've got, but this person knows
they get
exactly
it.
what you've gone through.
Yeah. Would you say the same thing?
Yes. We really did grow closer, especially between I am my immediate younger one. We did grow very closer because even during my mom's time, it was just the both of us in the hospital with her.
Yeah.
We're both her caretakers, so we like went through everything together.
Yes.
There were times where we had to play good cop, bad cop, and keep the peace, and she like wrecks everywhere. So now, even before she even says, "This is what I'm going to do," or "This is what I'm thinking," I get it.
Yeah.
We stayed awake too many nights together and everything. I get where she's coming from. She also gets where I'm coming from. So yes, we did go closer.
I think I got to see a different side of my siblings after my mother. And I think one of the things I could say I'm very proud of is that I watched them grow. I don't even think they would become the people that they are today if we didn't go through that process together. I've seen them become more individual. I've seen their character evolve. And I've watched my own character evolve. But I definitely do think it's something that brought us closer together. Because again, they're the only people in the world who could even fathom, because you lost the same person in the same capacity, because you share that person equally with these people. So it's definitely been a very interesting process. But after my mom passed away, because you know how like growing up you might have tiffs with your siblings. And I saw my siblings as the blessings my mother left behind. Right, and I couldn't imagine what the experience would be like if I didn't have them, and their support through that process. So what do we do moving forward?
I'm quite interested in, because I think what we have in common is losing our parents, parents or our parents early on. I'm curious to think of how people who like their parents live very long and all of them are old, like okay, you're 60 and your dad is 90. Like,
You wonder what that feels like.
Yeah, I know from an outsider's perspective, I see they celebrate it more because, like, okay, we've done the distance. Like, okay, I won't put words in their mouth, but I'm interested. I would be interested in seeing like how that experience is like for them. Instead. So on one part, it's like okay, they know that okay, like the parents like 90, they've lived a long life and they were there throughout the experience.
Those tend to be the burials that are celebration of life,
Mm.
right? Yeah.
But then on the other hand, you've been with this person for 60 years of your life.
And they've been telling you what to do, and they've been having an influence on your life. So that's a very interesting perspective,
So
actually.
although they do celebration of life, I imagine I would like to I'd like to understand the gravity of that kind of loss because
Yes.
that's 60 years.
You know what it is? Only people who've lost a parent can say things like this without it sounding outrageous, right? Because it's a form of a loss of agency, right? You don't get to be, you don't get to have your full autonomy as an individual when you have somebody guiding you throughout life. So it's a different perspective. For us, it's like, I mean, thank God my dad's still alive, so I still have that in a way. But like mothers and dads are not the same.
Exactly.
It's a completely different thing. And so it's interesting to, you're right, it's very interesting to see how it is to have somebody still parenting you in your 40s, 50s, 60s. An interesting perspective.
Yeah.
What are you curious about?
Basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes, because I would have loved to see how my relationship with my mom would have evolved over time. Because as a kid, it felt like, I'm just, there's so many rules to follow. But as I grew older, she let up on them.
Yeah.
As I grew older, so
Yeah,
I
she
would
got
have,
looser with the rules.
yes, I would have loved to see,
You guys become best friends over time.
yes, I would have loved to see how that she even not just trusted me to make decisions, but encouraged me to do so on my own.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to interfere with, but I'm here. Yes, it's with someone that has a good relationship with their parents and they live for a very long time. I'd like to know what it's like. And from what I've heard from some people, no matter how old you get, no matter how old your parents
You're
get,
still their baby.
exactly, losing them at whatever age is still, they say it's still painful.
In fact, if you've never had contact with your inner child, right, when you're 70 and your parent passes away, it's gonna feel like you were five. So it's a very interesting process, and I might find a few old heads to do an episode with on how the process went.
Hi, guys. If you found this clip insightful, there are more parts of this episode to come. So kindly comment, share, follow, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.